Welcome back to another episode of Two in the Cooler, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you guys watching, listening, following us on Instagram, giving us a subscribe right here on YouTube. If you want to support the show even further, the best way to do that is to check out the merch, which you can do at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. That's the word snack, the word spot, the letter S, the letter E, /creator/teespring.com. Or you can just hit the link in this episode description or in our Instagram bio. We've got all kinds of great stuff on there, folks. We've got hoodies, t-shirts. I'm wearing a hoodie right now. This is one of the most comfortable hoodies I've ever worn, and I've worn a hoodie every day for maybe the last 406 days, if I had to guess. And this one is one of my favorites. But we've also got things like mugs, pint glasses, bucket hats, whatever you're looking for. We've got the logo stuff. We've got the Matt Can't Read, #pizza tipping, and not just stuff for Two in the Cooler, but also for Schemin' and Dreamin', the other show that we produce right here. They just put out some new merch. They put out the water collection, which is excellent, and they also have these hoodies and stuff now that say "I degraded myself," which I think is the perfect slogan for that show. So if you want to support us, help us out, do yourself a favor and go check out all of that stuff. Again, it's snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com, or just hit the link in the episode description. Get yourself something that's going to make you feel good and look good. Tomorrow night, folks, the WWE SmackDown live streams are back. We are going to be live on Twitch at the handle snackspot_SE. That's the word snack, the word spot, underscore, letter S, letter E on Twitch. The link for that is going to be in this episode description, as well as in our Instagram bio and the Instagram bio of Schemin' and Dreamin'. If you have never watched the WWE, I hear you, because I was like, before I had seen it, I was like, this is unbelievable. I can't imagine that people actually like this. It is some of the funniest fucking shit I have ever seen. Not only that, but we're sitting there with the guys from Schemin' and Dreamin', and the belt is on the line. Whoever makes the funniest joke on stream gets to take home the belt. I've won it now twice, which, what are you going to do? I'm just sort of hilarious. I don't know what to do. But if you guys want to check it out, you can do that by checking us out on Twitch. That's going to be this Friday, April 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at the handle snackspot_SE on Twitch. Check it out. We'll see you there. If you're like me, you hate going to the grocery store because the parking lot is terrible in the first place, and then you actually get in there, and it's just this labyrinth of products and so many freaking people bumping their carts into each other, not looking where they're going. I mean, people, so many times I've been hit with a cart by a person. I've gone, hey, what's going on? And they won't even look at you. It's like Mad Max in these grocery stores. I don't know why this is happening. But luckily, you can avoid all of that by using Instacart, because with Instacart, you can get not just groceries, but some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour, okay? Avoid the headache of going to the grocery store. And what's worse, you pull into the driveway, you realize you forget something, you got to go back to that wasteland? No, forget about it. Make your life a little easier and use Instacart. The best part is, right now, Two in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you have to do is hit the link in this show description, get yourself that deal, and start using Instacart today. And if you're interested in advertising on this show or our twin show, Schemin' and Dreamin', email snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond. Podcasting's a booming industry, folks. People love consuming content. People love consuming podcasts. And as it's expanded, large companies have started to get in and advertise on podcasts. Companies like State Farm, Tropicana, frickin' McDonald's. It's like one of the biggest companies in the world, I feel like. And if they're advertising on podcasts, there's a reason for that. My issue with this is that doesn't leave a lot of room for smaller local businesses to get in on the action. Well, the good news is that's what we are here for. So if you're interested in learning more about all the benefits to podcast advertising, again, you can reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com.
So it goes off, baby.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and do your shout out.
I don't want it anymore.
What are you talking about? Okay.
No. I do have to say, and the only reason that I'm doing this because it's a phone call that happened to me like on my way here minutes ago, and it's a very, very, in my opinion, funny story. So I get a phone call from one of my buddies. Shout out to him. This is the basis of this story.
Okay, so hold on. The
It's
shout
not a
out,
real
you're not even
shout-out.
saying the name of the
He
person
asked
you're
me
giving
to,
a shout
but
out to.
he asked me to, but for reasons I'm not going to. Can I tell you the rest of the story?
I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah. So he calls me and he
phone
goes,
off.
listen, he goes, like, as a responsible individual, I need to put you in charge of something. And I'm like, what could this possibly be? He goes, I'm going on a date tonight with somebody from Germany that I met on Bumble. He goes, I'm like 99. He's like, I know she's a real person. No, he's like, I know she's a real person.
Okay.
He's like, but it's still a little bit interesting. Like, I don't know if, I'm going to go pick her up for this date and we're going to get tailed and she's going to like lead me into a kidnapping or a robbery or some sort of like, that type of scenario. So he goes like,
interesting.
he's like, I'm going to pick this person up. He's like, check in on me, at X amount of time. He's like, I'll let you know if anything's going on. But he's like, check in on me. If you don't hear from me by like 11 p.m., like I'm texting you the name of this girl right now, like so you can call the police. And the reason that I think this is so funny is because if you're concerned enough about going on a date to have to call one of your buddies and say, listen, man, if you don't hear from me in 5 hours, I'm going to give, like maybe you should pick somebody better to go on a date with. But I kind of, listen, be cautious. But the basis of this girl is from Italy.
I thought you said
Wait,
she
you
was
said
No, listen.
No, she's
Yeah,
not real.
I know. Trust me, I was so curious. I was like, if things go smooth, like you have to let me like meet this girl and pick her brain one day because I have so many questions. From Italy, moved to Germany, went to college in Germany, and then ended up in Buffalo on like a work study program as a teacher.
Okay.
Of like some type of either elementary through high school level, like
Got it. Yeah.
K through 12, K through 12 type
Doing that old
situation.
K through 12.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I hope everything goes well for him, and I hope that we get to hear more of this story. That's all I had to get out.
Aaron, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, no, listen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm here just to hear that story.
Yeah.
I can leave now.
Andrew's not happy with me that I told this story.
No, I just
I understand. No, listen.
see the thing.
If
That
I lived to please you, I'd be dead already.
all
We're
right,
just keeping your friends
that's fair.
safe.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
The more people that know about this girl that's from a couple different countries.
Yeah.
That is a great call.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but
Tinder swindler style.
Yeah.
Kinder
Right.
swindler.
Tinder swindler.
Kinder swindler. Because that. Whatever.
No.
Sorry. I mean, historically speaking, with German folks, what are you gonna do?
Those Germans.
Those pesky Germans.
Right. Oh boy, you mix a little Italian in there.
Yeah, and that's a bad combination
It's gonna get crazy.
from a communism standpoint. But
Other one. This is not a history podcast. Jesus Christ.
My dad's a history professor, so like,
Oh,
if
there
you
you
want,
go.
we could like phone a friend.
Yes.
And he could explain the,
Yeah. see, that sounds more interesting than whatever Andrew's
the
about
phone
to
a
say.
friend. Man, see that who would want to be a millionaire? All of those helplines don't seem all that helpful to me. You have the phone a friend, the audience poll.
The audience is by far the worst.
That's
by far.
terrible.
I mean, come on.
Well, and then the other ones.
Who are these people that have nothing to do during
Yes.
the day?
The other
Right,
ones,
they don't know shit.
They eliminate answers, right?
They're the ones that
Oh,
didn't make it
that's
on the
right.
show.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
yeah. I
All
don't know
of
why
my
you're
knowledge of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is from Slumdog Millionaire,
Hmm.
which is an unbelievable movie.
Yeah.
I've actually never seen it.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I started
And I like movies too. So
when I
don't
was
know why.
in high school. I had a teacher who put that movie on one day for class. Like she didn't feel like teaching that day. I guess didn't feel like educating us. So she put that movie on, but then we never came back to it. So I
didn't
only
finish.
saw half of it at first, and it took me like 6 to 8 months probably to track this movie down because I was in high school. Well,
Wow.
you could even then. It wasn't just like Amazon Prime was barely.
Yeah. You
You
can't
know,
just go on like HBO
like
and find
yeah, exactly. You couldn't just
80%.
go on and pay $2.99 to watch any movie in the world. So I couldn't watch it.
Speaking of that sort of, you touched on something there, like how things have developed and everything's at the touch of your fingertips and stuff. Why do I sound so hollow?
I'm doing my best.
Okay, no problem. Thank you, Emily. It's all good. I just watched this.
That's a good answer.
I just watched yesterday the video of Steve Jobs like revealing the iPhone in 2007, and I know this might sound weird to say, but I was kind of surprised at how it was just a regular presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was up there, and he just had a PowerPoint up with like regular like Star Wars wipes and stuff. It was like a shitty 2007 PowerPoint to reveal this thing that changed the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know. It's weird. I mean, it makes sense, I guess, because maybe they didn't know, but it's just strange. You look at that, and then you look at how much that without the iPhone, there really wouldn't be social media as we know it, and without social media as we know it, the entire landscape of commerce would be completely different.
Mm-hmm. We don't be using Blackberries. Like 100%
that
using
would
Blackberries.
suck.
I remember it was fascinating to me that Blackberries could go on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't do a lot, but you could do
But
like
you could go on.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I would steal my mom's all the time.
Yeah, our father had a BlackBerry.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't. He never let us touch it though. I liked the scroll wheel though. Big fan of the scroll wheel. They should bring that back.
The ball?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the ball. Big scroll wheel guy. Because it was a mouse on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's so much easier. The BlackBerry is one of the worst phones
Okay, yeah. I mean,
ever.
if you can just touch something, but obviously at the time you couldn't do that.
But that's why old Stevie Jobs got
Stevie
his...
J.
Man, the 2 Steve Jobs movies. You know, they made the one with Michael
Jobs.
Fassbender.
Mm-hmm.
And then, which I think is called Steve Jobs. And then
Yeah.
they made the one with Ashton Kutcher.
Jobs.
Mm-hmm.
One of them's called Jobs.
Yeah,
I've seen
that's Ashton
neither,
Kutcher.
but I love both those actors. So
I've seen them
Man,
both.
the Ashton Kutcher one, I like that way better than the one that was like nominated for
Yeah.
Academy Awards and stuff.
It's more dramatic.
The other one is more dramatic. The Michael Fassbender one. Oh, you're saying I'm
Maybe
think I'm picking
I
up
don't
what
know.
you put down.
Maybe I don't remember which one's which.
The Ashton Kutcher one is pretty goofy.
Which one's the one where the girl's like, "This is your kid," and he's like, "No, it's fucking not."
That's the Michael Fassbender one.
Okay.
That's like the
Yeah.
intense one.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen is in that one.
no way.
He's Steve Wozniak.
Yeah.
No
He is Steve
way.
Wozniak.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
dude. I think he did a really good job. However, in the Ashton Kutcher movie, the Steve Wozniak in that is played by Josh Gad.
Oh, I love Josh Gad.
Josh Gad, I know, like, people, I feel like people know Josh Gad, like, he's Olaf in Frozen, Book of Mormon was obviously huge, but that guy fucking rules. I feel like Josh Gad does not get his just due.
I agree. He's hilarious.
He's
You
so
know,
funny.
He's amazing. In the new, what is it?
Batman?
No, not Batman. He was in a remake of like the fairy tale Beauty and the Beast. There we go. He was Gaston's
LeFou.
little
Yeah.
lover, basically. I think that's what they insinuated.
Oh, that's right, that's
Yeah.
right.
And he was hilarious in that movie.
I think my favorite moment of his, and it might not be him, but I think it is, in that movie, Wedding Ringers.
Wedding Ringer, yeah, that's right.
When they're on the airplane and they're all singing the Lime and the Coconut song, and they're like, and finally they're like, "You have to sing it," and he attempts to sing it, and he's like, "You put the lime in the coconut." It's the fun. I'll piss myself laughing at that scene every single time.
Yeah, that movie,
I like that movie.
it's a very good movie.
Yeah.
I've honestly been pretty like flat on movies recently. Like, I saw the Batman like weeks after it came out.
Mm-hmm. It's on HBO now too.
It is
by
on
the
HBO
way.
now, yes.
As of a couple days
My
ago,
one
I
friend
watched
has
it.
watched it 3 times since it's been on HBO. That's 9 hours.
That's-
and it's only been on
yeah.
for like 4 days or
I
something.
know. I've seen like
that.
75% of it because it's 3 hours. I don't have the time to sit down
Dude.
at home for a 3-hour movie.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when it was in theaters, I was like, how am I going to like leave where I'm at to
Yeah.
go for 3 like
Right.
it's like, who has the time for
Well,
that
especially
kind
for like
of?
a Batman movie. Like I understand they made it like more artistic and like he's like all emo and I don't know.
Well,
But 3 hours is a lot for a superhero movie.
It's true. It's a big commitment.
I
It
s-
was sick though.
I said it though a couple weeks ago on the show. Like, I'm all in for just long movies. I want 4-hour movies on the regular.
If we're talking like Lord of the Rings extended edition, yeah, absolutely.
Will you just move the mic just a little closer?
Of course. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. Look at that.
There we go.
Yeah, if we're talking like the extended editions Lord of the Rings, 100%. But if it's like a normal movie, I'm good with like an hour and 45 minutes.
Interesting. I feel that. Like, it's gotta, you know what? Because with Lord of the Rings, with something that takes place in a fantasy world, obviously anything could happen. Mm-hmm. If you're watching, like, Wolf of Wall Street, excellent, 3 hours long, or the Irishman, which I did not watch, but I think that's like 4 hours.
Yeah, it was too long.
Like, you know what's going to happen. Long. Also, that movie, look, man, those guys are all so fucking old.
Bobby D was way too old.
I know. Did you see, all right, so I've never seen the movie, but I've seen the clip of the scene.
Where Bobby De Niro's kicking ass?
Yes.
Yep.
And
I've seen the movie.
Hysterical.
So, yeah.
Because it is so fake. Like,
dude, have you seen the scene, Andy?
No, I haven't, but I just imagine it's like,
yeah, it's not
that
good.
should be the commercial for osteoporosis medication. It's like, you want to be able to do this again?
Right. And the thing about that movie too is people thought it was like the greatest thing since sliced bread. Mm-hmm. I was like, I have to watch this movie. I'm not interested in it, but I have to because everybody says it's so good. And it took me like 3 sittings to watch it, not because I didn't have time to watch it, but I would just like completely zone out and be like, what just happened the last 2 hours? Like, I'd fall asleep or start playing on my phone or something like that. And I'd be like, I have no clue what's going on.
Well, that's the interesting thing with movies in general now, I feel, is like, you know, Martin Scorsese is such a renowned director, and I think he's a perfect example. People like, it's almost like a lot of the movies that get nominated for Academy Awards, right? Like, people kind of, they get nominated because this looks like a movie that should be nominated, and this is like the kind of movie that we've always seen as really good and has always been kind of the at the forefront of what's presented to us. But now with the amount of content and the amount of accessibility of content and the how media savvy like the average consumer is nowadays, there's some of that glitz and glamour, I guess, kind of falls away. The fog falls away, and people can really kind of see. I guess it lends people to, for better or worse, really be able to make their own decisions about things, which is why, you know, there was a couple years ago, people still talk about it, but like when Martin Scorsese was saying how Marvel movies like aren't actual movies, like, okay, dude, but also nobody cares, because that's like, people just want to be entertained.
Yes.
And those movies are super entertaining.
The world is so horrible that we don't always want to have to be like thinking in depth about a movie, right?
Yeah.
I want to be able to sit down for 2 hours and be able to have my phone out and just like lose myself in a Marvel movie, right? Like, that is so much more enjoyable than like having to focus on The Irishman for like 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Here's a thing about that though. I watched a movie on Netflix original, the other day, and it came out in like 2018, I think. It was from a few years ago, and I had never even heard of it. And I think it was called How It Ends, and it was a really good movie. Like, it was very entertaining.
The story of Netflix just this past week in Netflix history.
Yeah.
Zing. Topical.
But so I don't even remember. Oh, yes,
Sorry.
I do. No, it's okay.
It's my Jay Leno-esque one-liner.
Yeah.
It's actually funnier than anything Jay Leno has ever said. So
it was a really good movie, and I'm, you know, watching. I'm like, dude, this movie's really fucking good. Like, I can't wait to see what happens. And so I clicked the remote to see how much time is left, and it's like there's 13 minutes left. I'm like, this movie instantly is horrible. Like, there's no way that this movie wraps up in 13 minutes, because it's only like an hour and 45 minutes. That movie could have used another 45 minutes.
But remember when people used to like actually watch television, and we would watch like
nobody does.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. Remember when people used to actually watch television, and we would watch like NCIS, and you're watching NCIS, and you're like, oh my god, how is Special Agent Jethro Gibbs going to actually get this guy when there's only like 5 minutes left before 9 o'clock, and they have to shoot to the NCIS Los Angeles or whatever's on next, whatever city they're in. So that's interesting, because
see, don't ever disrespect NCIS.
I'm not disrespecting them. It's a credit to them that they were able to do that.
Yeah,
so good.
Exactly.
Well, because
they perfected the art of a show where like you kind of know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And like now they have characters in like different worlds to interact with each other, and people don't care.
Yeah.
Like our parents will still watch it. I don't watch it.
Well, it's just like the show Psych. You ever seen the show Psych?
Oh, of course,
So
absolutely.
the thing that I love about the show Psych is, and it actually is probably why I like NCIS so much, is, and some shows are like this, some shows aren't, but they focus so much more on how they catch the person than actually catching the person. Like, the climax of the show is when the person finally gets caught, but not even necessarily when they get caught, it's when they put it together,
Yeah.
right? Boom, you put it together, now all you have to do is, so once they put it together, you only need 2 minutes to show up at the guy's house and kick his door in, right?
Yeah.
Because that's not, it's all build up of how Psych, especially the entire show is like,
interesting.
how is he going to solve this crime? A lot of times like if you pay attention when you're watching Psych, a lot of times like they'll give you, they give you who it is almost right away, with the exception of like the Yang episodes and stuff like that, where they're obviously multi-part, but you can key onto it right away. But it's not so much as who, especially if you watch the opening scene, right, when it's the cutback to like Sean as a child.
Phenomenal. The kid who played young Sean originally, by the way.
Which young Sean?
The first young
Yeah.
Sean. Or wait, the second young Sean, I
okay.
think.
Yeah.
It's the second young Sean.
Is he the one with like the really shaggy hair?
Freckly.
Freckly?
He's
Yeah,
old.
he's
He's
real
a little
freckly.
bit older.
Yeah.
He is doing I think his real name's like Gavin something. He's doing very well these days.
Really?
Yeah, he's been in
Good for
some
him.
stuff.
Yeah, dude. And he's a funny actor. I really like that guy.
Also, have you ever seen the movie Hot Rod?
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry, I know
yes.
I'm just teeing up dumb questions right now.
Well,
I found out.
Yeah, but like I started this by saying I haven't seen like 3 big time movies. So
But we're talking about important
It's like,
films.
you ever
now.
see that like Chris Farley sketch where he's just got like Paul McCartney next to him? He's like, "You ever do you remember when you wrote that one Beatles album? Did you ever see Arachnophobia?"
Well, listen, the reason I have to ask is because I'm about to talk about it, and I obviously know Andrew's seen it. So I found out, and it also...
It's just so. Like, I'm gonna ask you if you've seen this so I can talk at you about it. I'm not just.
You know what?
He asked though because
Listen.
I have some people I know that would not.
Listen. Andrew's got one more comment to me today before I start fucking his day up. Like, I will ruin your day. I'm not kidding you. You're on your last straw.
I'm sorry.
I'll put you in a blender. Hot Rod. I found out that there's a lot of people. I thought everybody in the world has seen this movie. There's
Right.
like a large amount of people that have never seen this movie. And
missing
I was
out.
trying to explain it to a group of guys the other day. I'm like, well, this guy, he's a stunt man. Well, he thinks he's a stunt man, and his stepdad is going to die, so he tries to raise money to save his stepdad's life because he wants to kick his stepdad's ass. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, and the movie's only like 70 minutes long, so just button up and go watch it. And yeah. But,
No matter how you explain that movie, it's not going to sound funny to someone who has not seen
There's a
it.
scene where he dances in the woods.
Right.
But it is damn
Like,
hilarious.
Will Arnett's in it. He's really funny.
Dude, I forget he's in that movie.
Yeah, and he dates Isla Fisher.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God, I love her.
Yeah, man. She's married to Sacha Baron Cohen in real life.
Yes. Isn't that weird? That's such a weird pairing to me.
You'd never think of it.
No,
That guy.
but good for him.
Oh my God. He has a Showtime show that they only did one season of, but it was like, him doing his thing, like disguising himself as like different characters. It's called, I think, like This Is America or something.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, it's wild. The things he can make people admit. It like, what is wrong with them? Like, it's insane.
Is it just because there's like a camera there? Like, what is the deal? But that would even because there's.
I think it's because they think he agrees with them. They're like, I'm safe.
Yes, that's 100%.
Anyway, he's very
what it
good
is.
at
That's
playing,
so
like,
interesting.
ignorant.
Yes.
There's a...
But it's because it's just because it feels, knowing that he is like playing a character who's in one way kind of like goading people, I guess. Watching that feels dangerous. But it's all based on getting whoever you're with to feel comfortable. That's like the duality of what he does, I guess, which I never thought about before is interesting. But when he makes that senator like take off his pants and scream the N-word, that's the craziest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Like, he is so persuasive.
Yeah.
And it's all because of him acting like an idiot.
Well, I
Like,
was gonna
people think
say-
they're safe because they're like, okay, I'm clearly smarter than this guy, or there's like some sort of language barrier that he tries to set up, so they're like, oh yeah, like
And that's and then if you relate it back to Borat, that's a big part of it, right? Is
Yeah.
he plays like an ignorant person who's supposed to be learning about American culture, right? So they think that, okay, like they're the ones educating him. They're pouring their beliefs onto him. They're not holding back what they're saying because
Right.
they assume that he has no other outside bias, when in
Yeah.
reality there's actually, and I haven't watched it yet, but there's like a short film on Amazon Prime, because that's who did Borat 2, that is just recordings of the week that he spent living with those two rednecks
Yes.
during COVID. I haven't watched it, but it's got to be fucking crazy because those two dudes were listen, I'm as big of a conspiracy theory person as the next guy, but these two dudes had their tinfoil hats strapped on.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
they're like, all right, we got this guy. We got to tell him all about like the secret underbelly
Yep.
of America.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
they're just like laying it on him the whole time. It is
yeah.
hilarious.
They're out there drinking baby's blood. Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out Tom Hanks. This is a terrible segue. But I do want to talk about food with you, man, because your Instagram.
Drinking blood, right?
Yeah, right to food. Well, that was
Right,
I
great.
was. It's funny that you say this because a little behind the scenes, info for you guys. I was waiting for an opportunity to also swing myself into food.
Yeah.
That's not the one I would have chose, but it's the one that Andy went with because Andrew and I are talking about the show today, getting whatever, like texting back and forth, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking through your Instagram, and next thing you know, I'm like, dude, I'm on my way to Chipotle, and I didn't realize it. I was so hungry from looking through that Instagram page. There was food on there that looks so good. Obviously, I settled on Chipotle, delicious, not as good as whatever you've been eating.
Chipotle's good though.
I mean,
let's be real.
Chipotle's top
Chipotle's
5
good.
in its category.
As long as you don't get like E. coli. I think they figured
Well, that's why I
it out.
don't get lettuce. Yeah, I don't get
Yeah.
lettuce on my Chipotle bowls
Same.
to this day.
Yeah, no other reason. Not that I'm not healthy.
Yeah.
I just
don't wanna
haven't
get sick.
eaten vegetables for the past
I-
6 years
I haven't
because
eaten
I'm
something
so
that's
worried
green that didn't come out of a can in I don't know how long.
Well, I see. My thing is, I'm like, I'm just gonna make a side salad with my dinner, and then it's just
Good for you.
iceberg lettuce with Parmesan cheese and
cheese,
croutons,
sour cream,
and
bacon
Caesar
bits.
dressing, and it's like,
Yeah.
here we go. This is my side salad.
The problem with that is when you do that, though, it doesn't even.
No,
the consistency of what that creates.
Yeah, no, it's not.
That's a
healthy.
Caesar salad.
Flubber. It's like flubber.
Iceberg lettuce with croutons,
Or oobleck.
Parmesan cheese, and Caesar dressing is a Caesar salad. What else do you expect?
But like, if you, it just the way that it all congeals, because there's just not enough in there to like actually create a food.
Right. You have like 10 pieces of lettuce, and then you just like goop a bunch of like.
Guess what? I
Caesar
guarantee you, I fire off a Caesar salad tonight when I get home for dinner.
Honestly, it sounds good.
Yeah,
it sounds good.
I'm probably gonna put some chicken in this one. It's gonna be a main course rather than a side dish today. Yeah.
It's kind of funny that that's literally all you have to do
Yeah.
to like serve it to people as like a full meal.
Yeah.
It's like
And
just toss chicken.
And
in there.
I like
And
there's
people be like,
no
oh wow.
there's no
Look at what
and
you
it's good.
made.
It's
really
delicious.
good. It's really
There's
good.
no portion control. What I do is I'll take like 2 full chicken breasts, cook them, dice them up,
oh my god!
and take like a salad mixing bowl and just make my salad in the mixing bowl and just
And just
house it
eat
by
out of-
myself.
eat
Yep,
out of the
eat
mixing
out of the
bowl.
mixing bowl.
Wow,
You got to get those rotisserie chickens from Wegmans.
Oh my.
for real.
Those are for $5.
Yeah.
Oh
You
my.
just shred them.
They last like
big.
2 days if you use like a little portion control.
Yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, you salads,
Yeah.
sandwiches sometimes.
I'm big on rotisserie chickens when I'm feeling lazy because you don't have to do anything except for pull them apart.
Yeah.
If you're really feeling lazy and you're also because this is where it gets taken too far and little competition here, Tops, they also do the rotisserie chickens now. I've never gotten one of the full ones from there, but they sell their rotisserie chickens pre-shredded,
Come
just
on.
in a little container.
That's genius.
Yeah, and I buy
Do
them.
they charge more?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
like $6 just for like probably half of the rotisserie chicken
Okay.
in the container. But at the same
Actually,
time,
it's not bad. It's not
no,
a bad deal.
if you're going, like sometimes on my way home from here or whatever, if I don't have groceries at home and I'm just cooking for myself, I mean, how could I not do that? It's so easy. There's no upkeep, and it's like,
Right.
well, I'm not eating McDonald's, so.
It's true. You're doing better than 90% of people that don't have a plan for dinner.
Yeah.
So
Do you actually
Respect.
do some cooking as well at all?
I do a little bit.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I enjoy cooking. I like, so some of it's like HelloFresh, which is obviously cheating.
Counts.
But,
I'd
you
say
know,
it
but it's still count. You know, you're still like
It
dicing
100%
veggies.
counts.
Like-
I'm gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, like it's still enough of a pain in the ass where it counts. Like,
Yes.
you know, they give you a bag full of 10 tiny little vegetables, like 1 clove of garlic, et cetera, et cetera. So it's still enough of a pain in the butt where you're like, you have to.
And there's always a thing of sour cream. They always
Yes,
give
and it-
every
right.
in
Yeah,
that little
it's
nugget.
And you never know what you're gonna use it for either. I feel.
but it's
Right.
always there's that. I agree. HelloFresh, convenient because you don't have to come up with the ideas and shop for yourself. But it's actually more prep work and cooking than I
Yeah.
do when I'm just cooking for myself.
I actually agree.
Yeah.
Right, because most of the time I'm not going to put in like all these, you know, like half a tablespoon of this spice or that spice. It's like I'm not going to notice it probably, even though it tastes really good on the
Yeah.
finished product. But yeah, like it's so much more work to like lay everything out, and then like you have to have a tiny bowl for this and a tiny bowl for that, and like a knife for the chicken and a knife for the veg. Like it's so much work.
It's
for one
legitimate
meal.
cooking.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
It's
is.
like legit.
It is.
Like they.
Yeah.
And I feel like they kind of do present it as a very easy thing, and it is
Still.
easy because they give you everything, but like
Right, but
the
still.
whole process, and also like okay, start the broccoli or whatever,
Yeah.
and then while you're doing that, do all this,
Right.
And that can be very.
I
difficult
had this
for
thought.
people.
This is not an original thought at all. Like this is not going to be a hot take. But I had this thought when I was cooking dinner last night. I'm like, if you're really in a kitchen whipping it up like HelloFresh style, you have to have the most incredible time management skills.
Dude,
Like you have to
right.
be
Yes.
dialed.
Absolutely.
Like last night I was making. I literally was just making cheeseburgers with ground beef. Like that's just what I wanted. I was making a double cheeseburger, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm sitting there like watching it cook, and I'm scrolling on my phone, and I'm like, well, I guess I could do the dishes while I'm cooking these cheeseburgers. So I start doing the dishes, and all of a sudden I'm like mid doing the dishes. I'm like, fuck, I got to flip the cheeseburgers, but my hands are all soapy.
Yep.
Like this is impossible. Now, like that's what I could never be a chef. I like to cook. I hate to clean.
Same. I hate doing dishes. I hate it. Especially if they're like the big kind. You
Yeah.
actually have to hand wash
like
them.
pans and stuff.
Yes.
I love
The
washing pans.
You want to know what I
I'm a
think?
big
the
pan
key-
washer.
You wanna know the
My
key
second
to
job was basically washing dishes
Oh,
at the
okay.
pizza
the
place.
key
It's
though
ingrained
to-
in you.
The key
A little bit,
to
I
hand
guess so,
washer.
yeah.
dishwashing not being as like strenuous of an activity is to just have a giant sink though. That's the problem
Yeah.
with washing
Yes.
pots and pans is like there's never a good
Yeah.
way to do it because the average sink is only like
It's tiny.
1.5 sized large
Right.
pans.
You need like one of those double sinks.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
you need a
with
utility
like a drying
sink in that
rack
bitch.
and like exactly.
I don't
Even
know.
Then,
I don't know if this means I'm dead inside, but when I see a big sink, I'd get a little
get real-
jazzed. I
you
get a
get
little
real
excited.
excited.
About a big
Okay.
sink.
yeah.
6 to midnight at a big sink, right?
I don't know about 6 to midnight, but it could. I mean, maybe a wiggle.
Forgetting
4
Sarah
o'clock.
Marshall.
Yeah.
Another great movie.
We were just watching that last
dude,
week.
One of my all-time favorite movies. It's so underrated. I don't know why people want to talk about it more.
It is
It should
weird.
be.
I feel
Well,
like
it
it kind
came
of
out-
came
it-
and
it
went,
actually-
and now it's got like this resurgence.
It
Yeah.
came out
People-
14 years ago.
Come on.
Yesterday.
Seriously?
What year did that come out? I want to say 2008.
Well, just do the math, Andy.
Is that 2008?
2000.
I think-
Yeah,
whatever.
that's 2008. Yeah,
No.
we were
Yeah, it
when
is.
we were watching it.
Really?
Yeah,
Now you're making me say
it's 2000. It's 2022.
Yes. 4 years plus 10 years. Yes.
Yeah.
14
That's how we
years.
do it.
Uh-huh.
That's how we do it, baby. What
Yeah.
was that Common Core curriculum?
I was homeschooled. I just wanna point that out.
Homeschool curriculum.
I can't be held liable for like not knowing about math
Yeah.
or like pop
Yeah.
culture or
I
anything
wa-
like that.
yeah. I wasn't, and I still don't know math or pop culture.
Yeah, I
So-
mean,
Perfect.
we were
Alright.
we just had
You might
Buffy
as
the
well
Vampire
then.
Slayer on, so I think you're probably good as far as pop culture goes.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I didn't see that growing up. So
I mean, it was on. It was on.
like
I
CW
don't know.
or something.
Back in the weird 90s, man. It's
Is it a
insane.
CW show?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
CW was called WB
Oh, that's right.
with
yeah.
like Dawson's Creek and stuff. It's of the Dawson era.
Anybody who disrespects CW shows is disrespecting me.
No, is probably a somewhat intelligent person that makes valid points. That's all I'm gonna say.
I can name at least 2 good CW shows right now.
Yeah, but they've out of like what? 55.
And are they current CW shows, or are they ones where they were on like a million years ago?
Mix.
Okay,
A mix.
it's a grab bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess
And actually, the one's only good for 1 season.
Like Green Arrow.
It was
There you
actually
go.
All
There
American
you
was
go.
the show that I was referring to,
Oh.
which I've brought up before.
Okay.
Great first season, second season down the drain.
I just can't believe how the way that they incorporate like still that Dawson's Creek X like slightly teenager angst into all of their programming. I can't believe that they've been able to maintain that for like 20 plus
I
years.
would
at
like
this point.
to be a costume like designer on one of those shows because I think that's a
What are the
key
current
part to what
shows?
any of them.
Any CW show?
I think that's a key part to what you're referring to is like the way that they dress, like the most stereotypical way that you could dress a teenager from every era. That's exactly how the CW dresses their casts in their show. Look at Buffy.
Yeah, that's true. There was this one girl on Buffy who dressed like she was 35 years old to like their normal high school. But that's the way it was. Like,
but also,
Clueless.
like high school, like that's how all those shows are too. Though it's like they're like, yeah, this is a show about high school, and everybody in the show is like 37 years old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, there's that thing about like how in the movie Grease,
Oh
all
my
those
god.
guys are like that one dude in particular.
That one dude is like 60 years old.
Yeah, that guy looks like he's
Hilarious.
he's like, I gotta leave set early, man. I gotta pick up my kid.
Yeah.
She's 14.
He's all stressed out because he has child support that he owes or something like that.
Hopefully, he's still getting paychecks. from
Man, that
movie.
guy has child support face.
Absolutely, yes. Like he's been divorced twice.
But he's still in high school, man. Still
Yeah.
In high
living-
school, still got to go to
living
like
the-
math 101 or whatever
Yeah.
you high school kids did. I don't know.
Whatever you high school folk did. All right, but back to food.
Back to food, right?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Do you take all the pictures like just like with your phone?
just with the phone. Yeah.
I'm starving.
Me too. I was passing restaurants on the way here, like Mooney's and Frankie Primo's. And I was like, oh, that looks good.
Yeah, I haven't been to Frankie
looks good.
Primo's, but
I've
hear
never
it's
been to
really
this
good.
one.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been to
yeah.
that
I haven't
one.
been
Yeah,
to
I
either
haven't
one.
been to this one. I've been to the one downtown.
Yeah.
Okay.
And their pizza is bomb. Calamari, some of the best I've had.
Yeah, I can't
Highly
remember when I was there.
That's what's
recommend.
up.
Mm-hmm. So good.
The thing about pizza in this city particular that I think about constantly is how many different types of pizza there are everywhere. It's insane because if you think about like the top pizzas in the world, New York, people throw Chicago up there, whatever.
Detroit.
It's not pizza.
Detroit
Okay.
pizza people.
Detroit pizza people sleep on.
See, I've actually never had Detroit pizza.
Neither have I, but I know it's a thing.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it is definitely a thing. Mm-hmm.
I watched this whole show about pizza. It's called The Pizza Show. I'll
Is it
send it to
actually?
you.
It's actually called the Pizza Show.
It is it's one of my favorite shows of all time. It's this guy named Frank Polino, and it was on Vice, and he would go around, to different cities and see about the pizza there. The first season, I think he spends all his time in New York. He owns a pizzeria in New York. The name of the pizzeria is Best Pizza. So naming things is like not this
his
guy's
forte.
strong.
Yeah.
It's kind of genius. But he did an episode in Detroit, but that show, I can't recommend it enough. The way this guy talks about pizza, because he's like a very kind of like, he seems like a super chill dude. And then this one episode in particular, he actually goes to Korea, and like the biggest pizza chain in the world there. One of his friends from culinary school is an executive at it, so they fly him over to consult on like a Brooklyn style pizza that's going to sell in Korea. And when this dude gets into the kitchen, it's like watching a scientist with pizza. And anybody that is that passionate about something, utmost respect for. I don't give a shit what it is. But I mean, if it's pizza,
Especially
I love it.
pizza.
Especially if
I
it's
really
pizza.
respect that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But it's crazy to think about. You go to Buffalo, you get one kind of pizza. You go where we are, completely different.
Yeah.
It's all.
And people in Buffalo are fiercely protective of our pizza too.
Oh, yeah.
Like the food scene, like people will. On Twitter, I see people like disrespecting Buffalo food. People jump all over them, and they will say Buffalo pizza is some of the best in the world. And I haven't eaten enough pizza to like definitively say that. like outside of Buffalo.
Mhm.
But it is really good, I will say.
Yeah,
Like,
I have
our
like an
pizza slept
ignorant.
on.
I have an ignorant pride about myself that I will say that anything in Buffalo is better than anywhere else. That's
I like
just.
that.
I feel like a lot of
I like
people
that.
like that
Stick to
in
your
Buffalo.
guns.
All right.
Yeah.
Question though, then. What's your go-to? What's your favorite pizza?
Oh, my favorite pizza. Wow. Carbone's is really good, right? Like I'm out in West Seneca.
Shout
yeah.
out
Really good.
to Carbone's. They're my
Mhm.
boys over there.
Yeah.
Big time shout out to them.
Mm-hmm. Mineos, close by me in West Seneca. I had amazing chicken tender pizza from there. Like, oh my God, I think it was like sweet sauce or something. It was phenomenal. So that's up
Okay.
there too. Imperial is really good, right? Like,
Yeah.
I know.
Dabble in Imperial. A
I
lot
know,
of people that I went to
Imperial-
school with that are from like more of like the Cheektowaga area, they're like
Mhm.
Imperial.
Yeah, that's one of
Yeah,
those places.
I know.
There are some people that
Dude,
are like
yes.
diehard Imperial.
Right? Like
Yeah.
I drive by the one in South Buffalo. It is always packed. It can be like a Tuesday at 2:00 in the afternoon. The parking lot is full.
That's Patrick
And
Kane's
it's
favorite pizza.
wild. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Interesting.
He's from Cheektowaga. Well, actually, he's from West Seneca.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. That people
That
bocce.
makes a lot of sense.
People love bocce. People go crazy for bocce.
Yeah.
Which again,
Right.
good slice.
And it's
not my
pretty good.
favorite.
Yeah.
Same with like I just had Picasso's for the first time recently.
Oh.
Very good slice.
Yeah. Casas is pretty good.
Andy, what's your favorite pizza? See, I feel like I'm on board with you. Is my favorite pizza is all out this way towards Niagara Falls, also where we grew up. So
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know if the kind of pizza I like. Sometimes I'm not even sure if it's good.
football
Honestly.
pizza.
Yeah, football.
Yeah,
pizza.
as Dave Portnoy would say. Yeah, that's pizza. Like pizza for somebody eating pizza, not somebody that's like
Yeah.
trying to
But I
have
know
it.
what
That's
I.
like a foodie is right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but R.I.P. to Dave's
Dave
was-
is the best pizza of all time. I would,
down the street
Really?
from us. That's where I worked. That was like my first real job ish, and it was right down the street from us, and it was incredible. But it was just a bad location. It just didn't work. I mean, there were a lot
it
of
was
factors
mismanaged
there.
a little
That place,
bit. Not
yeah.
to
Yeah.
knock anybody, but from what I've heard,
But God, that place was. That
They
place
did.
was incredible.
there's
I missed out.
friends of mine.
You're making
it
me
was
hungry.
really did.
That-
they,
I don't know what
had-
it is.
and they- the crust. The
Oh.
crust.
The crust
They
is
did
such
like
an
a
important part
they
of
did
pizza.
like a the crust was like well seasoned almost to the
Yeah,
point where it
man.
was like eating like a good
Like a-
bread.
He wouldn't
Yes.
even. He wouldn't even tell me. Like
No,
what
you
he did
can't.
to
He
it.
still shouldn't. He should take that to the grave.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
friends of mine
Maybe
still.
if you told people he'd be in business, right? Like, kind of.
It's tough to say.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's tough to say.
Friends of mine we still talk about Dave's frequently because we, consumed when Dave's was open it was only open for like a few years. The amount of Dave's pizza that got eaten in our house, like my
twice
friends,
a week.
my
a lot.
friends say
Wow.
that that for that like 2-3 year span, you couldn't go to my parents' house and there wasn't a box of Dave's pizza just on the stove.
Yeah, man.
Like anytime you were hungry, there was Dave's.
It was so good
Yum.
next
And
day.
it was so close. Oh, it was
Oh, cold pizza. If it's good pizza, it's
Yeah, man.
really good cold.
There's so many factors that go into pizza.
Well,
dude. Like we were just talking about the crust, and I feel like when you talk about pizza, everybody will agree the crust is an important part, but it still gets neglected a
Yes.
lot. Like,
Absolutely.
touch it up, man. Do a little
well,
something
it's tough.
special.
Well,
Yeah,
because
make it
it's
like a
tough to
little
have-
crispy, but it can't be like burned. Like,
It's tough to have good crust, and bad crust is like the pizza can be
Ruins
really
pizza.
good. The pizza can be really good, but if the crust isn't good, like I'm not even gonna eat it, and then
Yeah.
you
Point.
don't get to complete
Right.
the slice.
exactly. I love the crust. Some people like discard it. I think it's like a sin.
No.
I love the crust of
Yeah,
pizza.
me too.
Now, what do you
I'm
guys
so
think about
hungry.
Macy's?
So
Is that a pizza place?
it's the place that does the crazy pizzas.
Yeah.
You might not be
I've never
familiar because
been
you've been living in Rochester.
Oh, okay.
But I'm on board with it for like an occasion.
yeah.
But I would never like make that my go-to. Like,
Yeah.
I'm ordering pizza. I'm ordering Macy's.
Right.
Like it's a very, very special pizza.
Yeah, I like if they have like a certain specialty pizza that comes out, like that's really the time
Yep.
to go for
Yeah,
it. Like
like
when
I
they
s-
teamed up with Lloyd's or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
See,
Oh yeah.
see, Lloyd's. I have a thing with Lloyd's,
oh,
and a lot people again are very passionate about Lloyd's.
They
I
are.
love like I
Very
like their
passionate about
nachos. I like.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like Lloyd's.
Mhm.
I'm not a fan of the cabbage. And people think I'm
Trying-
crazy, but
I
I
don't even
just
remember like if I can even remember what the cabbage tastes like.
It's
I don't know
it's just. I really did stop getting lettuce on like most of my burritos because I'm like, I don't need a filler in a burrito. Not that lettuce is always a filler, but like I got salsa. I have other things on there that bring, whether it be a little bit of like crispiness or a little bit of like not wateriness, but like moisture. I have other things on my burrito that fill that role.
Yeah,
I don't need extra anything else besides what I have.
You've definitely taken time to think about this, and I respect that.
I eat a lot.
Honestly, it's a good point. I've never thought about it that way, but I think I'm gonna have to stop getting lettuce on things.
More burritos.
I think honestly, I couldn't do it. I love getting lettuce on things, but for cosmetic reasons. Lettuce looks
it brightens things up, right?
Which is
especially with a burrito.
Cheeseburger, for example. And then I'm coming back to burritos. But cheeseburger, for example, I like lettuce on my cheeseburger. It drives me crazy when I go to a restaurant and I go to bite into my cheeseburger and there's an entire leaf like the size of my two hands together, sitting just floating on my cheeseburger that's got no like snap to it, right?
It's got to be like a certain amount. It's got to be really crispy.
It's got to be the right part of lettuce.
Bite in and the crunch of the lettuce. Weirdly enough, even if it doesn't add a ton of flavor. It's the texture.
Yeah, and that's when it's the texture. Like this is a horrible example because we're talking about like really good food here. But if you ever get a burger from Wendy's, they have just like the crispiest piece of iceberg lettuce just slapped right on their burger, and it's you bite into the burger and you get that snap.
Yeah, like their junior bacon cheeseburgers.
That's the fucking one.
So when I had the flu this past week, I'm about like 80% now, but still. When I had the flu, I craved junior bacon cheeseburgers every single day. Really? I was like a pregnant woman. It was weird. And I love them normally, but like literally every night. I didn't even have an appetite. Like I couldn't eat. Like I would eat like 2 bites and be like, well, I'm good. That's all I wanted. Yeah. So you're speaking my language right now.
And now we're in fast food, which isn't where I saw this going. But if you ever have the chance to eat Wendy's breakfast, they also have the best fast food breakfast sandwich. Yeah.
Interesting. Really?
The breakfast Baconator is like nothing, fast food. I mean, it's got to be just a horrible way to start your morning. I'm talking grease. I'm talking maximum amount of calories. But, it's like eating a McGriddle. Like you eat it and you're like, I have to go nap for another 4 hours because I'm dense right now.
Yeah. But if you get on the weekend, that's what weekends are for.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. You just kill yourself in the morning and then you nap it off and you're good for the evening.
And then it's Sunday night and you're like, shit, I didn't do a thing.
Right. And I feel terrible.
It's perfect. No better way to start your Monday than doing nothing. All weekend. And then, but the only like tacos and burritos I do still eat lettuce on, both happen to be from Mighty Taco, and it's the chicken fajita and the El Nino. The El Nino is the best. Are you guys familiar with the El Nino?
No. There's
this thing that happens when people go to Mighty Taco where, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but everybody...
I think I can see where it's going.
No. Well before that. It's right
still in the good part.
Yeah. Right when you pull up to Mighty Taco, whether you're driving through or walking in. Everybody that I know personally has this problem. You guys tell me if it's the case. And you look at this menu and you're like, I'm going to order 16 tacos right now. And I'm going to eat every single one. You're like, I want 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these. You want it all. Like you're like, I can eat this much food. And then you eat 2 tacos, and you're like, I just spent $47 on Mighty Taco, and I'm going to throw the rest of it out. Not literally. That's exactly. But you know what I mean?
But it's like, close.
Yeah. Like
especially if you get delivery or something, too.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Look out.
So the secret to beating that, and I still fall into the trap 2 out of 3 times I go to Mighty, but the 1/3 of the time, I get the El Nino. And it's like a $4 burrito, and it is like... It's the size of like a Moe's or Chipotle burrito. It's that big, and it's just Mighty Taco. It's just like whatever meat you want, lettuce, tomato, and like cheese. And if you want sour cream on there, it's like an extra 25 cents probably. But
it's not bad.
It's humongous, like bigger than any Mighty Taco burrito you've ever seen in your life. I'm telling you. Shout out to the El Nino.
I have so many options for driving home what I'm going to get now.
Well,
you just put that on the list. And I'm not even a big Mighty Taco person.
Yeah, it's
I did have it for lunch today.
No, you did not.
Yeah,
Did you eat all the food that you ordered?
Yeah, because I know I know
that's
myself. I'm
that's
a portion
stupid,
control
though.
god at this
That's
point.
stupid.
That's what I'm all
What'd you
about.
get? What'd you get?
What
I
What
just
did
got
you
a
order?
chicken. I just got a chicken fajita and
Just one?
chips and cheese.
Do you get
Okay,
the
you
lettuce?
gotta get the chips. And
Do you get the
Yeah,
lettuce
just-
tomato or do you get the peppers and onions?
I don't get any tomato.
Just lettuce.
Yeah,
Small or
and guacamole.
Small or large fajita?
Large.
See, interesting. I get the small. I get 2 smalls because the smalls come in the small shells. They're not folded up
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
burrito. They're
Yeah.
like more of a taco style.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Like I get
Do you dip them in the nacho cheese?
no, but I'm
Oh.
going to.
Yeah.
I get the
Guess I will
nacho
now.
cheese on top. I say,
Oh, you can do that.
oh yeah. I mean, it's gonna cost you a pretty penny,
Yeah.
but I get
You
2.
can do pretty much
listen,
anything though. Like if you ask him to and be like, I don't care about the price, just combine this, this, and this.
God,
Yeah.
what a time to be alive and what
really
a country
is.
to live
And
in.
the reason that they do it is because the people that work there make like $47 an hour. They're like,
At Mighty Taco?
they make
They do
so
make
much
good money.
money.
I think. I just seen the signs advertising.
Well, the
like,
sign-
minimum
the-
is $18.
Yeah,
an hour,
the
and I'm
signs
like,
are
Right.
like starting
You make
wages
more than me.
$18
And they
an hour.
were-
Yeah, and
They were like the first to do that too.
Yeah.
I remember,
Mm-hmm.
like even before the worker shortage or crisis or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like a couple
yeah, like
years
when we
ago,
were
they
in high
had
school,
those
and
signs in the
minimum
windows.
and like minimum wage was still like $8,
like
$9. They were paying like
ridiculously low.
$12.50 an
Yeah,
hour.
Right? No, you're right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
starting.
Which
Yeah.
years ago, that's what when I worked at the CBS station in Rochester. That's what I made like $12 or
Yeah.
something.
Mm-hmm.
I made zero money.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's
Right.
hard. Yeah, money does not grow on trees. Well, you know, that's the saying, and it's true. But let's talk about some real food though. So
Okay.
you get to, you know, you've obviously eaten a lot of
I do
really
eat a
really
lot.
good food.
Yes,
Which
I
how
eat
do
a
you
lot.
have the time to go to all these places? Is my biggest question. Because you're posting these great photos all the time.
Thank you.
And I'm like, this looks so good, but
Mm-hmm.
if you can't even watch
So-
Batman, I guess that's why you can't watch Batman.
Right. Like the reason I haven't seen these big blockbuster films is because I'm constantly eating at new
Worth it.
places, and it is worth it. I don't know. Like I go out of my way to find new places. I think that's probably one of the reasons I'm able to post so much is because, like, if I try some place and it's good, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna file that away, and maybe I'll go there on a date, or if like my sister visits from Rochester, we'll go there. But next time, I'm probably gonna try something new, like on purpose, because I love trying new spots.
And that's just dedicated. That was, you answered a question I hadn't even asked
Look at
yet.
that.
Is like,
The perfect
is it
guest.
is it seriously? Is it every time? Like every time? Like okay. I mean, with the exception of like a
Mm-hmm.
quick meal. But if you're like okay, I'm getting dinner today. It's never a thought even to like hit a repeat. It's like
I mean,
well, for the most
can
part,
be.
yeah.
For the most part, like if I am, I don't know, like, so I have a bunch of content, which sounds very pretentious
know,
for
and
what
no,
I do.
we
you know
say-
what I
yeah,
mean?
we say it all the
Yeah,
time.
it's like
Yeah,
the word
it's,
for it now.
I know.
Anybody who's like super comfortable just talking about content is
Yeah,
an asshole.
kind of,
probably.
kind of a dick. Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed. So I have so much content built up, like for me and like the social media clients I have in these folders. So like, say I didn't eat at a new place from now until I don't know, like 2 months from now, I'd be good. I could post almost every single day somewhere new based off of where I've eaten. So sometimes I'll look at that and go like, all right, like I'm probably good. Like I'm not, even if I eat here, I'm not going to post for like 2.5 months about this place. So I'm going to go somewhere I know the food is good. Right. But yeah, like often if I'm looking, especially if it's like DoorDash or something, I'm like, all right, perfect time. I can find someplace new, and I just like scroll for half an hour and find something new to eat. And that I love doing that.
that's just bold because I do that too. I'm like I eat the same shit all the time, especially when I'm on the apps.
Yeah.
If I'm like
hard,
doing
'cause it
something, I'm like,
suggests the same.
Yeah.
It's like, all right,
I'm
you
like,
ordered
I
here.
eat the same shit all the time. Like, I'm just, and it's exact. I scroll for a half hour, and I'm like, dude, I'm so hungry.
I
Just
know.
get me Burger King.
Yeah.
Like, just put something in my
that
face.
does happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taco Bell and Wendy's are
Yeah.
like my go-to. Oh, I love Taco Bell.
Taco Bell breakfast is so
Dude,
fucking good.
Why is it so good?
I don't
oh my
know, man,
god.
but they killed it.
I don't know what they do.
I had to go get
It's
my
so
I had to
good.
go get my car inspected like early this morning, and I was like, please let me get out of here so I don't have to miss Taco Bell breakfast.
Wait a minute.
I did not.
Time out.
Don't ask me. Don't ask me what time is early.
No. That's not what. Did you get the Taco Bell breakfast?
No. I was there for like
heartbreaking.
hours.
God, I was about to say you ate Taco Bell for breakfast and Mighty Taco for lunch.
Oh no, that's why the only thing I've eaten today is the Mighty Taco.
Okay.
Oh my God!
Enough to sustain you for like 2 days. Though,
we got to
right?
bring
It's
you
like
to a
rock in your
doctor's.
stomach.
Yeah. So, and again, as somebody, I love going out to eat, and I like to. I am not a picky eater. I will eat anything that's in front of me, and I have no problem trying new things. But my issue is exactly what you said: is I don't go out to eat all that often. Even if I do it, and I don't do it once a week, but even if I was saying I do it once a week, that's still not all that often. I like to be guaranteed like just the most stellar meal, and you end up like eating the same thing a lot because of it. And it's like, well, I really want to go try this, but if I order something and it's not as good as what I already know is this good, it's gonna be disappointing. Gonna be a letdown.
Yeah.
So
I get that, and I agree. So knowing a lot of foodies, like the foodie community, we'll call it.
Oh yeah.
I get so many recommendations and see what they post, and then I know if something is good or not, for the most part, right? So, like, I have so many places on my list to go to that I'm already confident would be good. And one of the reasons that I'm able to, like, say I go in person and I don't, like, DoorDash it or whatever, I've been on the dating apps for the last year. And so, as the guy, it's usually, my role to ask the girl out and pick the place, which is perfect if you want to try somewhere new. So, say I have 3 dates in a week, like 3 new restaurants. Boom, there you go.
And that feels like a humble brag. I don't know how many dates per week is normal. I have not dated anybody.
And then he just lights it off. He's like, this is a write-off.
Dude,
yeah, this
honestly,
is free.
Yeah, I was working.
This is an expense. Perfect.
Fuck you, government.
Yeah, that's
just kidding.
You know what? Yeah.
Just kidding. If you're
Sorry,
listening.
guys.
Right.
Yeah, we're just kidding. All right, listen, I paid my taxes, so
I did yesterday, late.
Yeah,
I did.
I think. Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't know how it actually works, but I'm pretty sure that as long as you get them in, they're in.
I have no clue how it works. No clue.
I know they say like get them in by Monday, but if you
like, I know people that do them in like February.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you? How do you have your
My
life
taxes,
that together?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
No.
That's what I do.
Yeah,
freak out. I freak out about taxes.
Well, I get all this.
But I'm nervous.
I get all the shit out of the way and like take
because of all the money I launder.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll do it.
Well,
what
happened was when we were like 15 and 16, we stumbled kind of across this humongous drug ring and kind of became the perfect candidates as to how to run it.
Story again.
Wait. Yeah, I mean,
and we ran it for years. And the funniest part about it was
the drug ring?
Yes. And the funniest part about it was we told our mother like she'd be like, "What are you guys going to do?" And we're like, "We're going to sell drugs."
Right.
And she'd be like, "Ha ha ha! Like be safe."
Right.
And we'd be like, "No, like, we're seriously on our way to go do some illegal ass shit."
Right.
And she'd be like, "Just take care. Like tell tell whoever I
it's
said
the
hello."
best cover to do something legal. Like if you actually tell your mom, "Oh, I'm going to sell drugs again." Yeah. Oh, you. She thinks you're going to Bible study.
I will say that the majority of that story is not true, just to like key you on, just in case you thought we did run a drug ring. Mm-hmm. But I did say that to our mother. Like every time I would leave the house, and she'd be like, "What are you up to?" I'm like, "I'm gonna go like do some black tar heroin."
Yeah.
And she'd be like, "That's not funny." And I'd be like,
"Yes, it is."
Well, did you rather me lie to you, Mom, or do you want me to be honest?
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
What are you looking at? I'm sick of your shit today. You know.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying.
And I'm so hungry. What we should do, I think, is get into the Who Would Win of the Week.
I think we should order something to the studio and like do a review live. That's what
that would have
we
been
should have
a great
thought
idea.
about that.
Or for your next live stream, like I think that's honestly what you gotta do.
The problem is the last time that we sampled products live on stream
was last week.
Yeah, and it didn't go so hot for Andrew.
My God.
It can be dangerous.
Question though, before we get into who, never mind.
I had a terrible. I should say
another terrible segue.
No, I had a terrible night. The rest of that night, I was so high. I've never been like too high before. But I was last
you was.
Wednesday. I slept here at the studio.
What?
Well, we have I have like a
I
pillow
mean, you do
here
have a
just
nice
in
room,
case.
right? So
Yeah,
I get it. You could crash
That couch is a futon, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
clutch.
I was just I was like, that show went so poorly. I need to apologize to everybody that I've ever spoken to in my entire
It was a great
life.
show.
And watching it back, and like Emily said, like it was a good show to me afterwards, and I was like, that is a lie. Like I didn't believe her. I was like, I ruined it. I'm so bad.
Like your paranoid levels went like
It was
12.
Like I had on a Disney Channel original movie. Didn't even like I couldn't even focus on it.
Oh my god.
It was what shout out to Xenon.
It was actually.
Wait, is that the movie?
Yeah.
That's what you went with?
I don't think I've seen that.
Out of all the options in the world.
Xenon was the first trilogy. It was like it was a Disney Channel original movie about a girl who lives in space, and then she's got to like come down to Earth because she gets in trouble in space.
Naturally, yeah.
Can't recommend it enough. It's so stupid.
Can I tell you something? One, if you're ever going to, like, you know, think back to when we did the show with Eddie.
Yeah.
Like, the best thing that can happen when you're sampling something, like, live, is that, like, it works beyond
Goes
belief.
terribly.
Well, yeah, no.
Just
yeah,
that it
like,
has the intended
like,
effect.
Yeah, like
Absolutely,
the
absolutely.
the time I'm referring to is the hottest peppers in the world.
Yeah, Eddie next door, he grows all of them. He makes these. He made the sauce that is impossible to eat.
And yeah, our listeners know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
but
everybody
Andrew
knows
was
Eddie
eating
next
this shit, and it was so like it was like you could.
So
I mean, he was
eating it
tears.
live.
Yes,
Yeah, just
tears
like the
coming
raw
out of the
pepper.
eyes, like face red as as a fire truck, like the whole nine. It was perfect, and I'm sitting here again. I don't sample things for that reason. I'm like, this is fucking hysterical, and like it was the same thing. I'm like, this is the best like thing that could have happened. Like,
absolutely,
in this situation, maybe not the best for your sake, but like it was. Yeah, it proved exactly what he needed to prove.
Right.
His sales have probably skyrocketed.
It's true.
Right. It's why people go on hot ones, or why they have hot ones. It's like,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
the best thing that can happen is like the wings are so hot that these people are so vulnerable and honest about in the interview. So it probably worked.
Yeah, that show was so good.
Dude, it's so good.
They really just like they nailed it with that setup.
I know.
Like the way that it does
And
exactly what you were just saying
and
is
it's
incredible.
wild. Like who would have thought that? But
Because with some people, they do kind of you do see a guard lowered. Some people it's
absolutely.
just like they're just kind of being themselves throughout the whole thing. But there are some folks that like, oh, now we're getting to see behind the curtain that you like do not show on like fucking The Tonight Show or whatever.
Like they have tears coming out of their eyes. They're trying not to like. Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
And the host is so good. Oh my god.
Sean Evans is incredible.
He really is. He's a great interviewer. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
They did nail it.
You got to start watching that show.
I was
dude.
going to
It's
say,
so good.
I've never seen it. I never even knew what it was until Andrew started talking about it. And, we're on, episode 105 or something like that. I think every single guest we've ever had on this show also watches Hot Ones.
Yeah.
It's a huge show, man.
Yeah.
And I'm
some
like,
of the guests they get are like, I mean, they're big time.
You know what, though, man? That's I liked it better a little bit the older way. Because now when they have somebody like massive movie stars on, it feels a little... I'm glad because, like, it's a way for that show to get the recognition that it so sorely deserves and is getting. But when you have guests that big on, I think there is inherently a little bit of the more traditional interview kind of media style that they're used to from traditional late night shows or whatever that's going to come in, and it ruins it a little bit. Like when they had like Coolio on, like, which is one of the all times, but like the Action Bronson one is my maybe my favorite one. But like when they had on like just a bunch of like kind of old school rappers, and then like some comedians and things like that. Like now that they have huge
like
movie
season
stars.
1, they had some like rappers.
Yeah.
No, it was really like, or DJ Khaled, which was a wreck, a train wreck.
Major
3 wings.
Keeler?
He only got through
Dude, he was
3 wings
horrible.
and he gave up.
He was such a baby.
Like,
it was so
Dude,
funny.
that guy.
Listen,
He must be very good at his job, but like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is up with that dude?
He's good at knowing people. That's all he does. He's not talented at all.
He has for lazy people, he has the greatest life ever. Like, he doesn't actually have to do anything or be good at anything.
Right.
But he is just like crazy famous, and
he's a salesman, I think.
well,
he's a good salesman.
Well,
but I don't get why, because he's annoying.
But I bet you one-on-one, he's so charismatic.
And he has a lot of that, which is why he can bring people together to do. I mean, with it's like in the world of music, he brings like the biggest names together. And he's like, let's make a song, and then I'm gonna put it under my name, and you guys are gonna be featured on it. And he maybe rips off a DJ whatever.
Right.
Like in the song.
Right. He says
Major key alert. Yeah, he fires one of those off.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the song is like Drake and Justin Bieber and fucking Lil Wayne. Everybody else that's ever been famous in their life for being good at something.
Wild.
And then DJ.
And the songs are actually good.
Yeah, they're unbelievable.
They're bangers. So
yeah.
I guess he is good at his job. But
yeah. But he doesn't actually do anything. Right. Yeah, he nailed. I say it all the time.
The perfect life.
Yeah, he fucking nailed it. He's like, I can have. You can't. I guess now that we're saying he's good at like what he does, we can't say he doesn't have a talent because that is his talent.
Yeah.
But is that really a talent? I don't know. It's up for you guys to debate. Who would win of the week?
Okay, let's do it. Who would win of the week this week? Which thank you for doing the intro for it last week as well.
Because I don't do it. Do you want to know why I don't do it? And I think you know. I don't ever remember. Like I can't.
It's hard to remember.
Yeah.
Like what
it's
we
like
decided.
It's the only pre-established thing that we do on our show.
Really?
And I'm always like, fuck, who's he gonna say? Like I don't know. Go ahead. Sorry.
The who would win of the week this week is Teddy Grahams versus Scooby-Doo fruit snacks. We're going to say probably these are like the chocolate chip Teddy Grahams, which I feel like are almost more popular or like more available than the original Teddy Grahams, not even just more popular. And obviously Scooby-Doo fruit snacks hit different, to quote the youth of today.
They do.
Which one is Scooby? There's that like matte blue one that's so
I think that
good.
is
you're already there. This is where this fight needs to go.
Why not just start at the climax?
Yeah.
Let's go.
That fruit snack, that matte blue fruit snack,
which I think is Scooby's head. Is the shape of that one? Okay.
Is probably one of the like most superior things on planet Earth. Like you eat the reason that you eat Scooby-Doo fruit snacks is for that blue gummy.
Yeah.
They gotta make a fucking Captain Crunch like Oops All Berries that's just the Scooby-Doo blue fruit snack.
I don't. Yeah. I would assume that like higher ups in the world have said that that's not allowed because they would have
for sure.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't think you could put that much power into one single product. Nobody would ever buy another fruit snack.
It would be like
Welch's would be done. Welch's, it'd be game over.
Oh my god, it would completely destroy the market.
They have great fruit snacks.
They do.
Like they don't have one single individual
you don't
gummy
like
that's
root
as
through
good
the bag
to
try to find like the purple grape or whatever.
Yeah.
Like we have them, like our the hockey team I coach has them like as there's always boxes of them pre-game, right? There's like peanut butter jelly sandwich fruit, like they have like tables of food to eat before games, and kids will come up and grab like 4 fruit packs of fruit snacks and like rip them all open in unison and just dump them all in their mouth.
What? Well,
they'll chew on like 1,000 gummies at a time. That
ruins it, in my opinion. You got to savor each individually. Savor each fruit snack.
Yeah,
I'm weird about my food. Obviously, I'm weird about food, but like I think you gotta like really take your time.
I kind of agree.
I am with you on that, and I guess getting back to what we're actually supposed to be talking about.
But I was gonna compare.
Go ahead.
I agree with you, and it's weird that I agree with you because like think about when you eat Cheez-Its. People. No offense to either of you. But this is you. If this is Emily, then complete offense. Anybody who eats one Cheez-It at a time is like a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like I'm minimum.
You got me.
Minimum 3 Cheez-Its at a time.
I mean, I'll eat 2 sometimes, but minimum a lot of 3. Times I'll eat them one at a time.
I feel like that's something you scoop and you scoop in.
That's just never been my
minimum
game.
3 together all at once.
But
Minimum
it's because
3.
they don't taste different, right? So it's like you just want as
Yeah.
much of that flavor in your mouth
You know what?
as you possibly
Here's the
can.
thing. To me, they do taste a little different because I'm a big salt guy.
Okay.
So I look for the ones that are the saltiest,
They
and I
sell.
eat the less salty ones first.
See, that's smart.
Or if they're burnt or more burnt or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And those, see, Cheez-It's selling the all burnt ones. That's the move,
Yeah.
man.
Interesting.
The extra toasty.
Okay.
Yeah, the extra toasty.
All right, so then let's dive back in. You made a point earlier, and I exaggerated a little bit, but it is true. Graham crackers themselves are fairly brittle, whereas Teddy Grahams are dense. Like, they are very, very dense.
Well, here's the thing. Like, maybe you lose an ear, maybe you lose an arm, but like the base of a Teddy Graham.
Yeah, but okay. So what constitutes beating a Teddy Graham? Like the head? You just got to take the head off?
I think you gotta be probably
Like,
you
it's
probably
gotta
have
be
to
like
smash it to bits.
Yeah.
Well,
But if you can't see, I mean, you kind of already, you take off the head and the legs, you're good.
here's what I'll pose to you. I think that, yes, so I agree. I think that, if you can start dismembering a Teddy Graham, you're in a very good spot.
Yeah.
Andrew,
Yeah.
you might just take this serious for 2 seconds. Okay. How difficult is it to fight a gelatinous cube?
Good point.
Very difficult.
Very,
You know
what do you
very
do
difficult.
against it? There's nothing you can do.
It's near impossible.
As somebody who's almost died to several gelatinous cubes, Andrew.
Yeah. Indeed. Yes.
There's a-
Shout out
there's
to
a-
D&D.
Yeah. That was a
Do
dungeon.
you have a history of
Yeah.
choking or?
No. Like in Dungeons and Dragons,
Oh,
there's
okay.
like a monster.
There's a monster
interesting.
called
We
a
talked about it on the
gelatinous cube,
podcast
and it is
before.
just
It's gotten
it
shout-outs.
literally is just a cube of it's a gelatinous cube
Right.
that traps you
can't-
inside of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, exactly. That's
So
the thing,
and
But
you
fruit
can't-
snacks, there's no way fruit snack could completely
no,
absorb a Teddy
no,
Graham.
but
they're
they have a
stretchy,
very
though.
they have a very similar ability to. They're malleable.
Mm-hmm.
A Teddy
Malleable,
Graham
yes.
is not
Good one.
malleable.
But the malleable is going to be big for their defense way more than their
horrible
offense.
for their offense.
But-
Bad for their offense, I would
Or
say.
if it just like wraps itself around the head. And
See, I don't
and
think that
squeezes,
the
constricts it.
I don't
You know,
think
like
that those
snake.
fruits. I think those fruit snacks are too dense to do that. To get to stretch
That's
that
true.
much.
yeah, like these specific fruit snacks, you might
Yeah.
be right.
That's what I think.
I
Yeah.
think that specifically the matte blue ones might be. But I
Well,
don't
the
know
matte
about
blue ones. See, so, with these two groups, the matte blue ones obviously
Yes.
Yeah.
completely overpowered.
Right.
But there's something to be said for the diversity of having the other fruit snacks bring something new to the game. The Teddy
Right.
Grahams, however, they're all the same, but they are so much like they're such a solid army. They're such
Yeah.
a solid unit. Like
Yeah,
they're all
always
on
in
the same
unison.
page.
Yep. They are one and the same. Like
Yep,
they
they're like
have
the Borg.
one brain.
You
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do you know what a Borg is? It's from Star Trek.
yeah, but I don't. Yeah.
It's a really nerdy reference.
I love it. That's the only reason I like.
So that's the thing about the fruit snacks. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. Is that the Teddy Grahams are all in unison. They know exactly what's going on. They're dialed in. They're in formation per se, right? But they all have the same strengths and weaknesses. The thing about the fruit snacks is, if I was the fruit snacks, what I would do, again, if I was the Scooby fruit snack, because he is
Right.
their commander,
Of course.
in a sense.
Now, is there only one in this battle? It's like you open a
sometimes
pack.
You get 2 per pack
Right.
for a good amount of time.
Okay.
Well, that's interesting.
So
Yeah.
so I would say there's 2, and they're not butting heads though. They're
They're also in
in
unison.
consensus
Yes.
that they are
For
running
sure.
the
I
show.
agree. I feel like those particular fruit snacks, the Matt Blue Scooby Doo heads, have sort of
Yeah.
just ascended to a different level
Yes.
of
Yeah.
consciousness
Oh,
where they don't really
for sure.
need to
Yeah,
bicker
exactly.
between themselves.
Yeah. They
So
don't even need to
so
communicate.
what I would do if I was the fruit snacks is, I would turn defense into offense, right? I would let the Teddy Grahams attack, and I would use the rest of my snacks to play defense, to play some solid defense, maybe take a little bit of gas out of the Teddy Grahams, and then I use the 2 blue Scooby snacks as like bosses to enter the level and just start ground and pounding every fucking Teddy Graham, while the other ones are protected. Like, you could almost do this one at a time, right? You could have 2 You could have 2 blue Scoobies to 1 Teddy Graham.
Couple of blue scoops.
2 blue Scoobs to 1 Teddy Graham, while the rest of your fruit snacks defend, and kind of give you that time and space to one at a time just
That's true.
dismember and just cold-blooded murder each Teddy Graham.
I actually agree with that because I think the fruit snacks would be excellent at dividing the Teddy Graham army because if the fruit snacks build walls,
say they like link arms, you can't get through them. Come
no
on.
way.
If it was a little bit too warm wherever you left that package of fruit snacks and they were glued together,
Right. Well,
Rat
that means
King
they're
of-
more
the
malleable.
Rat
too.
King of fruit snacks.
Yeah, that's true. Wow, very interesting. I think
Teddy Grahams are dense though, and if they're all in unison, it's
And
going to
the
be
thing-
tough to get one separated.
and Teddy Grahams.
Yeah, but if they don't have a leader, right? I mean,
which
I
is
think
the
that's
thing
gonna
is
hurt
they
'em.
wouldn't have a leader.
Right.
but Teddy Grahams don't know the meaning of surrender.
No.
I think that's 100.
But you don't have to surrender when you're sitting there and you're just
And you don't have
you're
a head or
Graham
leg.
Cracker
There's just
Crumb.
going to be so many waves of them. Like I think there's a chance.
Well, I don't think you
that
have an
they
entire
could-
family-sized box
Yeah,
of
I was
Teddy
gonna say
Grahams.
if you
to
only
fruit
get
snack.
one
Yeah.
pack of fruit snacks,
I would
you can't
say you
a
have
whole- maybe
you have.
But
you know-
whatever the number may be, if it's even, the Teddy Grahams, because of their stick-to-itiveness, I can't remember the actual word I'm trying to
Camaraderie?
think of. Not camaraderie, but just the fact that they're always
they're
going to keep
determined.
going. Their determination, sure. They have a chance to wear down those fruit snacks at a certain
That's true,
point.
but I also think the fruit snacks, like when I think of
I think the
those,
fruit snacks are-
I think of determination too.
And I think they're-
How do you even beat them?
Yeah.
I mean, you could tear off little chunks, but it's like I feel like they regrow it.
I think they're bouncy
Interesting,
too. I
interesting.
think they're well, and that's actually that's actually what I would consider a strength or a 1.2 Teddy Grahams. Like if they came in and said, "Listen, you know, we're not going to try to take the." They kind of do the same thing where like if we can just start piece by piece, bit by inch style, just kind of start shredding them one at a time, like taking chunks out, they might have a chance. I don't think they could do it before they were backs against the wall, though. I think the fruit snacks would be too.
Well, it's interesting because to Aaron's point, think about how easy it is to eat a Teddy Graham. Chomp, chomp, done.
Yep.
Fruit snack, you got to chew that motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's a gummy.
It takes a
It's
while.
gummy.
It's a gummy.
Right.
It's not a nootropic or whatever.
Oh yeah, whatever the fuck.
Whatever
yeah.
the thing was.
That's too much.
That go, yeah.
It's too much science.
But I'm gonna lock it in and say fruit snacks all the way.
I mean, I just don't see a way they lose. I really don't.
They could take over the world.
I would say
Could they
that
do so?
I
Sentience,
would
we're fucked.
I would
Okay.
really say that if you got Scooby Snacks into North Korea, the blue Scoob alone would bring down that dictatorship.
Yeah, I could definitely see the blue Scooby snack taking the place of any of the Uns, any of the Kim Jongs.
Yeah.
Yeah, whichever. Yeah, we could be on 3 or 4. We're at least on 2, but we could be on 3 by now. We don't know.
I think more, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I mean,
The grandfather.
no, I'm
father
talking
and
about
this
just
one.
Kim Jong, the current
Yeah,
one.
but yeah, right. There's that conspiracy that he died and they replaced him.
Yeah.
yeah. All they need
Do you
is
think
like
the new Kim Jong has a
very
butthole?
fat guy. Wait, is that part of the conspiracy theory? Is
He
that they
has-
don't have.
He has said
an
that
anus?
um,
He said he doesn't
He
poop.
said he doesn't defecate.
Yeah. He said he doesn't yeah.
That's like
wow.
part of his
his
him
or
being a
Mr.
higher
his
being.
lore or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I assume
It's
he has
fucking
no butthole.
I'll say this: I don't trust any
think he
god
does.
that doesn't poop.
I agree,
yeah.
but I think he does. He just doesn't use it for that.
Oh.
You know.
All right. Okay.
You were thinking about taking it in a different direction.
Hey, listen. Scooby Snacks for the win. We're gonna lock it in. Correct?
100%.
A 3-0 sweep for Scooby Snacks, led to victory by the Matt Blue Scoob. Vote on that on our Instagram on Friday. Who would win of the week? Moving past this.
Yes. Let's talk about.
Yes, thank you.
Let's talk about your company a little bit.
Sure.
Nickel City Social. So you help local businesses?
Yeah. Yep. So I help small local businesses, primarily like food and beverage. Obviously, that's my forte. But working with Nickel City Nitro, which is the cold brew company I'm the marketing director for, I get access to a lot of other like small, like not even like mom and pop, because they don't even have a storefront in most cases, but really small businesses that only go to like markets or small time events to like pitch their, it could be food and bev, or it could be like little handmade jewelry, stuff like that. Or like there's a charcuterie company I just started working with.
Yeah.
So they're small businesses, usually one location if they even have a location. And yeah, I love it. That's like working with small businesses and helping them out is something I'm super passionate about. So yeah, I've been doing it for almost a year.
Nice.
Like on my own.
Yeah.
I've done it in previous companies, but I started it last summer to do it myself.
So is it primarily, promotion? Are you helping them also, like with the way that they run their business, or what they decide to do?
Some of it is kind of part of that. Like there's some like aspects of consulting to it.
Yeah.
I try not to overstep because, one of the pitches to them is like, listen, you know what you're doing on the business side. So what I'm going to do is help you do that better and give you more time. So let me run your social media and give you ideas for marketing or partnering with like micro influencers locally, stuff like that. So using some of the connections that I have within, the foodie community to get them more attention so they can focus on what they're best at. Right. And it's not like I'm, taking control of their marketing. It's like, hey, you still have access. If you're at the restaurant, you want to take a picture and post it, by all means do that. But I'm going to help you with that consistency and best practices, and along the way teach you how this works so you can be better at it too.
And because, I would say Andrew probably is better at this, but we know from experience, especially when we were first starting, like for as much time as everybody, these days spends on social media, it's difficult to consistently promote yourself, especially on social media. It's not that it's that time consuming, but it's time consuming enough to where it makes it difficult and to have.
Yeah. Well, especially to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Too. Like what I tell people is it's simple, but it's not easy. Like it's simple enough that literally anyone can do what I do. Like it's not like this special hidden talent that I have. It's just I know how to do it in the best way possible, and I'm really good at taking pictures and posting at the best times. So let me do that for you, right? And the consistency will help.
That is the talent, though, is knowing what to do. That's the most invaluable thing that businesses can have right now, especially the kind of businesses that you work with, especially if they don't have a storefront, which is kind of great that that's not even necessary now. To actually have a location.
Yeah, you don't have to pay like crazy amounts of rent to, have a business.
Yeah.
As we sit here in our studio.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see you do that. It helps with a lot of things, especially in this city where there's so much pride. It's I think people want to live somewhere where they feel like people want to do things and get involved and support local businesses and that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially we're in the city of good neighbors. So like everyone wants to support local and buy local, and that's what I'm all about. So yeah, totally agree. I think Buffalo is like one of the best places I could have started doing this.
I think that's true. I think that's definitely true.
Absolutely.
And I also feel, and this probably helps that too, is, there's kind of like an uppity feeling that continues to grow throughout Buffalo as like
a prideful feeling?
Well, yeah, everything. I guess there's probably always an uptick in that kind of stuff when the weather turns, right? Because obviously we know winters here can be brutal. But just in general, it seems like it's not that it's getting more like national recognition, I would say. Like it's still, is what it is, but
it's starting to.
Yeah.
Right?
Honestly,
like you can tell the tide is turning. Kind of like what Pittsburgh went through like over the last, decade.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think it helps that people in Buffalo will band behind things, right? Like Josh Allen, I think, is a huge reason for that. Like he loves Buffalo. He likes to spend time here. Like he obviously has done good things for sports, one of the sports teams, which, that probably plays a role too, but not really in the sense where, it's something that people can get behind together. but it's not the primary factor.
The people have to be willing to get behind it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Gotcha. That's what makes a difference.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and something I tell businesses if I'm trying to like pitch them is like, you have a great reputation and people love, let's take a restaurant as an example. Like, people love your food. I hear great things about you, but your social media, like, you're not posting, or even maybe they don't even have it. And so I just want to represent that online, or help you represent yourself online as best as possible, and match your actual reputation to your online reputation, right? Because people do have a ton of pride in what they do, and working with business owners, I've seen that. Like, they're very good at what they do. A lot of them have been around for decades. So just helping them, again, match that reputation in both places it's really cool. I love doing it.
And it's important, too, because, you're a little bit different in the sense where, because it's kind of what you do, especially with your personal Instagram, right, is like, it's, food-based, right? You're posting pictures of food, places you've been, stuff like that. Whereas a lot of people aren't doing that with their own page, but because that's what you do, you get a lot of recommendations from other outside sources, other people. Whereas a lot of people, whether it be a restaurant gets tagged on Facebook and because somebody's there, or a picture is posted there, or that stuff goes a long way for a lot of restaurants as far as people being like, oh, we should go try that place, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Right. And I think that's something that restaurants are starting to understand, but it's part of the education that I try to bring to them is, like, people on Instagram with under 10,000 followers or something like that. They're like micro influencers. And there's a lot of amazing, micro influencers in the Buffalo area, and helping them understand, like, listen, if these people come to your restaurant and take pictures and promote it, they're literally doing your job for you. So encourage that as much as possible by like resharing that, or inviting them in to do like a quick little photo shoot, or giving them a gift card to come in and, eat and take pictures and post, video.
Engagement.
Yeah, absolutely. And like that user generated content and engagement it's invaluable.
Interesting. That is interesting. That's, you just put, you put some things into perspective that I'd never thought about.
You confused
in that.
him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Not confused, just excited.
I'm really good at confusing people. So.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, we really appreciate you sitting down and talking with us, dude.
Yeah. This was a blast.
It really was super fun. I know we're all starving, so we should
Oh
probably get out of here.
Yeah,
I'm so hungry.
But do a couple quick plugs real quick for where people can find you, and we'll put links to them in the description of this episode. And all
absolutely.
That too.
So my personal Instagram account is it's Aaron's Appetite. It's the profile picture is me cheesing with a sub, so very easy to distinguish. It was such a good sub too. Oh, it's great. And then my business is Nickel City Social, which it's in my profile, so it's pretty easy to find. And then Nickel City Nitro, the best cold brew coffee I've ever had in my life. And we sell the cans online. So, let me know. Love to hook some people up.
Yeah.
Cold brew coffee.
And
it's so good.
Listen, Andy,
I have
times
to
are
try
changing.
that. Yeah, I know.
You would actually like it. Andrew only drinks espresso.
Dude, it's basically espresso, but it tastes better.
Yeah.
Like the amount of caffeine is wild.
Yeah.
It's like an energy drink, but it's way healthier. It's really good.
Yeah, I've been like looking at their Instagram and stuff, and it does look really good.
Yeah, it's pretty
Well,
good.
and that's the other thing too. Go check out Aaron's Instagram. Like we talked about, me scrolling through the apps for 30 minutes trying to figure out where you're going to eat tonight, and how do you get recommendations.
That's
like,
the way to do it.
There's pictures of some of the most delicious looking food lining his Instagram page, and all you have to do is go on there and boom.
Instagram just came out with it's a new feature. It's called Guides. And so you can put together, like, it's on your profile in the, like, there's like 5 little boxes. Exactly. So I just started creating those for, like, pizza, subs, Mexican. So even if, like, you don't want to scroll through, 200 pictures of different foods, you can just go to the guides part of my profile. And if you're in the mood for pizza, you can see everywhere I've ever eaten for pizza and pick the best one.
Wow.
So that's what I would recommend doing.
Oh, my God. I'm so hungry. That sounds delicious. Thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with us. It was a blast, and we got to go eat. We seriously, people listening to this are probably going to have to go eat.
I
Yeah.
hope so, or we didn't do our job.
Yeah,
for real.
seriously. Alrighty, check that stuff out. Thank you so much, Andy. I love you.
I love you too. Thanks, folks.
Love
Let's
you
get
guys.
out of here.